All right, it is time once again to spin the wheel of problematic. Nate, would you do the honors, sir?
Yes, with pleasure. Here we go. It landed on beaches.
Well, all right then.
Prophecy foretells of a podcast so stunning, so brave, that it could only ever go by one name. A show so woke that it became its own gender. A show so hot that we'll understand if it turns you gay. You're listening to Stunning and Brave with Chris Cowan and Nate Henderson.
Boom. Welcome once again to another edition of Stunning and Brave. My name is Chris Cowan, and with me
is Nate Henderson. Hello, everyone.
Nate Henderson, my partner in crime, kind of ditched me in the middle of the last episode. Took me a couple of weeks to recuperate from that.
Dude, yeah, what can I say? Things were getting boring. I decided to cut out.
Yeah, understandable.
I figured I had made my point, so it was not important for me to finish. No. Apparently, all the money that we pay a certain cable company around here wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for them to keep the signal going that last 5 or so minutes for us to finish the dang podcast.
It's never
Go figure.
Enough. It never is.
Go figure. I called them up and asked them if I could give them more money to fix the problem.
That usually does the trick.
Sure it does.
We are the wokest show on the internet. This is Stunning and Brave, and it's been a couple weeks. We were out for a couple weeks. Not that anyone who's goes back and listens to our archives, which is probably going to be 90% of the people who hear this episode, is people going back after Nate's committed a murder, and they're like, what evidence?
Yeah,
on the podcast predicted his downfall into insanity.
What sort of breadcrumb trail did he leave?
Yeah, well, turns out he was absent for 2 whole weeks.
That's right. It's fairly obvious.
And it was only 1 week later that he slaughtered an entire pound of puppies.
Oh, a whole pound?
A whole pound of puppies.
That's what? 2.5 puppies somewhere in there?
About 16 ounces.
Man, I've got you know the exact conversion for puppies. How dark is this getting?
No, an entire pound of puppies. The puppy pound.
Oh, the pound.
Come on, did you have no childhood?
I was taking a literal pound. I was wondering how much is that?
Man, that's a throwback. I totally forgot about pound puppies.
Pound puppies, yeah.
Did you ever have any of those, or were you?
You mean the one where you got to pretend lock your dog in a plastic cage or whatever?
Did you do that? I don't remember the cage. I just remember having.
I never had one. I for some reason I think one of my siblings had the dogs, or I think it was dogs or cats or something that they would have babies inside of them.
Ooh.
And you didn't know.
Were they human babies? Because that would be really creepy.
No. You didn't know how many they would come with. There could be 3 to 5, and you just this grab bag. It was like Hatchimals, but a really warped nature version of it.
That's creepy.
So,
did they have all the umbilical cords and placenta and all that?
Yeah. But they gave you a cleanup kit, so it was okay. It was good. Yeah,
nice.
Your parents cleaned it up anyways. That's always the way it worked.
No, I don't remember. I don't think that was pound puppies.
I don't. Yeah, you're probably right. No, might I just say too, the fact that my wife, who was across the house, heard the word pound puppies, just came in through the door and just gave me this pound puppies type of reaction. So I mean, you struck a nerve. I guess a lot of kids had that and enjoyed it, but it was not I.
Oh, okay, yeah. She's probably exactly where I am, where I'm I totally forgot. It's one of those things, totally forgot it existed.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it pops into your head and you're pound puppies.
It's that piece of nostalgia where you're just I totally forgot about that, but now I must have it.
Yeah, I had some. I don't know if they came in a cage or anything, because that's
No, but it was the
We were
80s.
we were eight kids on a pastor's salary.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I got my pound puppies secondhand, thrift store bargain bin, something like that.
They just stuffed a stuffed animal into like a box, and they're just like, "Here's your pound puppy, Chris."
I didn't care. I collected stuffed animals because I was a gay little boy, and
yeah, you were happy and gay,
and pound puppies were definitely among them, and they were fun. It was the 80s. The Humane Society had barely gotten their footing. it would be at least 10 years before PETA really got a stranglehold on all that. I wish I had thought of pound puppies for my kids instead of what we currently have, which is we are fostering. I should have saved this for my privilege check, except I'm not sure how it's any kind of privilege. We are fostering for a freaking adorable baby kittens right now.
What?
Yeah.
How do you foster kittens? Like, what? You just get on a list or something? Like, please bring me adorable kittens. Adorable kittens that we have to wean with tiny little bottles.
I don't understand. My sister-in-law is like one of those people who's like involved in the community. And I guess the local, SPCA or whatever called her up. I don't know if it was Sarah McLachlan, calling her directly, or if it was like her.
It was her producer. It was her
liaison or something like that. Her assistant. I like to think it was Sarah.
Sure.
Just calling her up directly.
Let's just say yes.
And just being like, "We have 4 baby kittens in need of foster care. Will you help us?"
In the arms of the angel.
For less than the price of a cup of coffee each.
Sorry.
Whoa, was that actually Sarah McLachlan's voice? Because I could
know.
not tell the difference.
I figured. Sure.
But yeah, so somehow...
because that's what I'm going to be bummed about, is not doing a good Sarah McLachlan impression. The one that I just champion all the time.
That's one of your talents. You just like really have taken to the bank. It's part of your identity.
He insulted my A game.
Like, do you want to be the one to tell Nate he doesn't actually sound like Sarah McLachlan? No, I think I'll just let it ride.
Yeah,
just let it ride.
I think
sensitive guy.
I think peer pressure over the years will hopefully convey that to him. Anyway,
I'll just see where this goes. The American Idol thing didn't pan out for him. He's kind of
so you're fostering kittens and for
kittens.
Like how long? Like what's the deal? Like what you just foster them until somebody wants a free cat, or what's the plan?
I don't know. See. These kinds of decisions are not made with me involved in any way.
Okay. Yeah.
They just happen.
Your family members are like regular Dr. Doolittles lately. They just kind of,
oh my gosh,
they like to throw, not literally, but they like to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. And who knows, maybe fostering kitties will be it.
Well, I just hope the kittens fare better than our first round of chickens.
God.
Did we talk about that? Did we talk about the chickens?
I don't know. Just did something get in the hen house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
it was horrible. Blood everywhere.
Let's see. We talked about how we had a whole other family living with us for 3 weeks, right? We talked about
I believe
that.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And they brought their 2 dogs.
Oh, the dogs got them.
And first night.
What?
First night. Those
So they let the dogs out. Let the dogs out for the night, and the dogs just had
dogs
dinner.
Were able to get to the chickens in the hen house.
Oh my gosh!
It was a learning experience for everyone, except for the chickens because they're dead. So
breakfast the next morning was super awkward.
Oh man,
just like Hey, Chris, these are delicious eggs. Where did you guys get these?
Well, that was kind of how we broke it to the kids. We're like, hey, I hope you really enjoy these chicken omelets, kids, because
this is
and we have chicken breakfast burritos and
Oh, gosh. We're going to be having chicken for a few days, kids. Let's just put it that way.
homemade chicken nuggets. Yeah.
Oh.
They took it. They took it okay, and we actually got. Unlike other pets, chickens are rather replaceable. So we actually got three other chickens just this last week. So
Okay.
So it's and I think we got, what did we have? Well, originally we only had 2 baby chicks that kind of got into that teenage.
So now it's just a matter of waiting for your kittens to slaughter the chickens.
Yes.
Which is inevitable. So
I really don't know what the plan is with the kittens.
I seriously am at a loss with these kittens.
Yeah. I literally I was away from the home and then for a day, and then I come back and there they are. And so I'm almost afraid to ask at this point. Like there is this isn't like one of those things. There is an exit strategy for this, right?
There is. What's the end game?
Well, I'm getting a little nervous because Esther just hung this huge "Mission Accomplished" poster in her living room, and
you're like, "What does this mean, babe?"
Like, wait a second.
Nothing.
Wait a second.
She walked in wearing a flight jacket. Oh man, that's so let's just be real. You guys are gonna have 5 cats now total when everything is said and done?
No.
How did your cat feel? Like, the actual cat you have. Like, was he just looking at you like, are you serious with this?
Oh yeah, and we haven't, because they're so little, like we're not really mixing them. So he's just kind of lurking, like, what's going on?
Oh, cats are weird like that with like babies that aren't their own, and
they can be rather.
I like your cat. Oh gosh! All right, that's it, folks. Wrap it up. We're done.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I actually, when the pun is that bad,
I want to genuinely apologize.
I do legitimately.
You should transition into your. You should transition into your privilege.
I probably should. All right, let's move along.
Check your privilege.
All right, this is the part of the show where we like to start off with a privilege check. This is just kind of our opportunity as 2 heterosexual cisgender white males to express our deep guilt over the many privileges we have. And the important thing is always to acknowledge them and feel bad about them. And then that's really about all there is to it.
It's the long and the short of it.
Yeah. So, I guess I can kick things off. Communism.
Oh my gosh. What? What?
The problem communism always has with capitalism is that communism is always about, taking basically the means of production needs to belong to the people. And they're saying capitalism is the opposite of that, right? Capitalism, it all belongs, the means of production belongs to these corporate elites or whatever.
Okay.
And ignore our ability to own stocks or anything like that. What I love, though, is when capitalism actually gives you the means of production. So you can skip that whole communism thing altogether.
I was wondering where you were taking this, and now I know.
So, in other words, we got a 3D printer.
What? Wow.
Okay.
That was a great lead-in.
Our family now owns the means of production. So
wow,
it's a pretty good feeling to.
I
think that means we won capitalism. I think.
Yeah.
I
think you're a capitalism champion, my friend.
I don't know. Like I guess I don't know if I get to walk away with like Park Place Avenue, or whatever. Monopoly. I don't know what you get when you win Monopoly.
There you go.
You
can
never
you
play
can
it to the end, but
you can 3D print yourself some more hotels.
yeah, exactly. I can do that.
You can. You're capable.
And so it's obviously we've spent like the last week or two testing that baby out, and it's been fun. We what have we made?
So many combs and
so it comes with a lot of like preset like items that you can choose from
templates, if you will,
to do. So we built like this little robot mech. We built this. I don't know if it's a cup or a vase, but it's got so many holes in it. Like, I don't feel like it's useful as either one of those things.
It's not supposed to hold any liquids successfully.
We'll call it a conversation piece.
Okay.
Mason is he's my genius 12-year-old, so of course he's using a 3D design program called Blender, and he's making some cool little stuff out of it as well. He's made a few kind of simple objects, and that's kind of cool. And then just today, my youngest, with an iPhone, 3D scanned his head.
What?
3D scanned his head. You can do that with an iPhone.
Okay.
And then 3D printed a miniature version of his head. So it's my son's. We have a shrunken head of my son now.
That's awesome. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but that's pretty awesome.
I think I've come to the conclusion that whatever comes out of that 3D printer, we'll just call that a conversation piece.
Well, I was gonna say, look, I know people with 3D printers, and aside from my brother-in-law, who legitimately like made things to like implement to make his life easier because he's a genius like that.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, they make something that you could find in the dollar bin at like the 99-cent store. And they're just like, this is great. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to play a plastic harmonica. It's like, okay, man, more power to you. I'm glad you invested hundreds in a 3D printer to make yourself a toy harmonica. That's great.
Yes. Yeah. And we also, it has some functional uses. We printed out a toothpaste squeezer.
A toothpaste squeezer?
Yeah. You know how you have to like roll up the toothpaste thing?
Are you talking a clip? Is that what you made? You made a clip, Cowan?
It's a clip. I didn't. It was one of the presets. Connor printed it out.
Oh man!
And so
money well spent.
Slides over the toothpaste thing and holds it
and squeezes it out. All right.
So you got maximum pressure when you're squeezing the toothpaste out. That's important.
You can make empty bottles, but you got to put the toothpaste inside to use it. So
yeah. So I don't know what else. I don't know what else we'll make, but it's good. It's good. It's one of those things. It's good to know that we have that capability now.
Sure.
In our home. I mean, it can only do like, probably like a 4x4 sized thing, but
sure.
Potentially you print enough different pieces. Like you could make your own gun when California outlaws those. So you could just out of plastic,
it wouldn't have any projectiles, but you could definitely make a plastic version of the gun. And if the apocalypse ever happens and manufacturing comes to a screeching halt, then you guys can make little plastic spoons to eat the food that you won't have. So
exactly, yeah,
good to go.
So I like to think we won at capitalism.
I think so.
But although here's the ironic part, we actually didn't pay for this thing. It was provided through our charter school funds, which, if you think about it, is kind of a socialist program. So
So you were able to buy a capitalistic device
Yeah.
with socialist related funds. That's ingenious.
So capitalism provided the means of production, and then socialism paid for it, ironically.
I love it.
So I'm not sure what that makes me. Probably an anarchist.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, but I don't know. I can print little kind of janky mechs. So that's what I need.
Love
That's
it.
all I need in life. All right, how about you? What's your privilege check?
Oh, so much has happened over the past couple weeks, staying put, doing lots of work, not going to Hawaii or any other exotic location.
Oh man.
So, no, I gotta say, I don't know, when it comes to YouTube and it comes to the ads that play, do you know what the algorithm is as far as the ads that play mid clip? I'm not talking about like the ads that play before a clip but like when you hit a certain length of clip in YouTube, you'll see the little countdown marker. Everybody sees this. Yeah. And then it goes to the clip. And then I think you have to wait like 5 seconds before you can skip it and get, go back to your clip. But do you know, is there like a rhyme or reason for the ads they play, or when something does pop up?
I think it's based on your deepest, darkest, most embarrassing Google searches.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
But
no, just the timing of them just fascinate me, because they haven't quite, they don't do themselves some favors when it comes to like certain videos and stuff like that. Like I fell down a pretty sizable YouTube rabbit hole a couple weeks ago. Don't ask me why. I was watching countless audition videos for The Voice.
Okay.
And America's Got Talent.
All right.
Which because I enjoy seeing the ones that they do like worldwide, like when they open it up to the the wide world, and they have a different panel of judges like for each location that they do. But so I'm watching. I'm for some reason I'm getting swept up in like America's Got Talent auditions. And they always have every person that comes up that is going to probably make it big. They've got just like some really heartfelt story, just really tug. Yeah, just the backstory. They take 10, 15 minutes just talking about it. I was like, well, this guy's not going to suck because they're spending so much time. They're like literally visiting his home back in Alabama or something to like talk to his parents and but this guy
this sad sob story where it's like,
that's right,
my mom had had to have a heart transplant, and a 3-legged puppy donated its kidney, and
that's right, all so he could make it here to the audition. No, this guy, I think he was a security guard, and so not a lot of opportunities to let your voice shine as a security guard, and they've got this amazing story, and tragically his best friend of all these years had passed away in a car wreck, and he was there, and he didn't even care if he made it through the judges. He was just there to dedicate this song to his friend, which was like, and so he starts singing, and you're just like, all right, this guy's a security guard, whatever, and of course, just this angelic melodic voice comes out, and he's just singing about his friend, and he's moving Simon Cowell to tears, and everybody in the crowd is just weeping over this gorgeous song. And he's almost through it, and you can just tell he's going to have just this really powerful finish.
Oh no.
And then they cut to a YouTube ad.
No!
Scientists have discovered the secret formula for pooping. What? Like, I legitimately am teary-eyed at this point, and this is what I hear coming from the Facebook ads, and the ad starts with a camera in a toilet bowl that has started swirling, and they've added the sound effects, And unless I click skip, I'm going to be treated to like a 3.5 minute video of some fiber formula that they have cracked the code with.
Oh my
And
God.
so you want to talk about just getting ripped, just completely out of the moment. And then by the time I click back on the video and this guy truly is finishing this song beautifully and everybody is teary-eyed, I am dying with laughter. Like, it's just because I cannot shake just out of my head what I just witnessed and the abrupt change in emotion. Just, I was completely, I could not get over it. And so, meanwhile, Simon's like, oh, I just think that was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm just still dying because I just can't. I almost wanted to back it up and just be like, no, I want to experience that moment again because it was so inappropriate. And so well done, Facebook ads, for just completely, this video was almost shattering me, and you just brought me right back out with one of the most hilarious ads that I've seen in a long time. And wow, I just can't. I mean, that's almost like, somebody doing an ad for, men's personal grooming, which I can't imagine anybody would want to contribute to an ad like that.
Anybody would be involved or associated with such a thing.
Like voiceover work or anything, like any part of it. Nobody would ever do that. So lower themselves to that standard. So
never.
But so needless to say, I tried very hard to
look. In case anyone wondering what we're talking about, yes, I did a voiceover for a men's intimate grooming commercial on YouTube, and Nate was subjected to it repeatedly on Hulu. So,
yep,
there you go.
was. Thanks for that. So
you're welcome.
I will point that out as often as I can. But no, I spent the rest of my YouTube time just frantically looking for that ad because I just wanted to watch it all the way through. They did such a good job. Fart noises and everything.
Wow. The only way that could have been better is if it had been me in that commercial interrupting.
I think my brain would have exploded if that was the true. It's like that would have been the ultimate prank for you on me that you would have no idea even happened, but that my mind would have melted. So,
oh man. See, I don't have the patience for that. And I'm like super paranoid about like what commercials are gonna like. I'm. It's hard enough to avoid commercials as is, so I pay.
This is Cowan's way of gently telling us that he pays for YouTube Premium.
I do.
Yeah.
I pay for it. So, and I don't even I don't go down those YouTube rabbit holes. I never do that. I don't know why. I don't. I go to YouTube for a thing. I find that thing, and then I'm out.
Dude, this is what I go to YouTube looking for a thing. I see the suggested videos and be like, well, there's plenty of time to get what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I click on a couple of those videos, and when I'm a couple videos in later, I cannot remember for the life of me what I even came to YouTube for. I cannot tell you how many times that has happened to me on YouTube. That is
funny.
There's
been a couple things where I'm like, oh, okay, that related video looks interesting, and I'll get like a couple in. But I don't know. I've never I almost feel like I'm missing out on something because I don't go down those rabbit holes. I'm there's probably like a whole bunch of YouTube related pop culture references that I just I miss out on.
To me, it's the only way I discover new content creators. So if I'm watching some history on theme parks or something, it's oh, here's 2 or 3 other content creators that can fill up my day. So sure, I'll subscribe. Why not?
Yeah. I pretty much.
Yeah.
I just don't discover new content creators unless someone tells me about them.
You know what you want to look for. You look it up, you watch it, and then you say, peace out, YouTube.
Well, you're my contact, because you're the guy who tells me about stuff I
I send you links.
The pitch meeting.
There you go.
Videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't following those, and then you referred me to them, and now I am.
Like,
but I
dang
don't
it.
like. I don't know. I don't know why.
Another time suck. Yep.
I don't know. I have plenty of. I have plenty of other things. Plenty of other rabbit trails I'll go down. That's just not. That's not
like,
the one I go down.
Like printing whistles.
Yeah, exactly. That's important stuff, Well, now that I own the means of production, I am now a slave to the production. I need to.
Oh wow, this is deep.
Oh, totally.
This is deep.
Getting real deep.
Oh
man. Yeah, I'm basically Tolstoy. I'm kidding. I've never read Tolstoy. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Nor have I, but kudos on the reference.
I sounded smart for a second there, though, didn't I?
Just a tad, a moment.
Sounded so smart. I'm a smart man. I'm well read. Totally know about Tolstoy.
Oh my gosh, we need to move on.
All right, moving on.
The Social Net Jerk.
Oh. This is the part of the show where we peruse the internet for people kind of making fools of themselves. It tends. This is my rabbit trail. This is my
right. Yes, that is so true. Like you belong to so many of these groups that just have so much fodder for the taking.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what I get sucked into instead of lighthearted, emotionally manipulative
formulas for pooping.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know. Like, let's just jump into this one.
Let's just jump head first into it. Okay.
You want to take this one? Here you go.
Sure. I guess. Yeah. Okay. It says the reason white people per se have less melon because
it's supposed to be melanin.
I think it's supposed to be melanin, but we have less melons apparently than everybody else. Mm-hmm. So the reason that white people have less melanin, I'm guessing, is because they were the bloodline that came from when the angels fell and slept with the daughters of men. Hashtag everything scripture. Hashtag one race, the human race.
Okay.
All right.
And this is just from some.
This is proof positive, ladies and gentlemen. This is how can you debate this?
This is from a Facebook page called Christian Fly. I assume that's like pretty fly.
So that's the name of the page.
Yeah.
Christian Fly. Okay.
And their image, their avatar image profile pic is Jesus'
right.
Lord. So Christian Fly says the reason white people per se have less. Okay. Like that's a cool, crazy theory about why white people have lighter skin is because when the angels fell and slept with the daughters of men, it made their skin pale for some reason. I don't.
Well, naturally, yeah.
Okay, like
yeah. They shined. They shone. What's the word? Shone. They shimmied. And they passed it on to their kin. I don't know, dude. The fact that you're trying to even make sense of this is pretty crazy.
I'm just like, okay, so then what? Like,
so then,
how shall I live? Yeah. Thank you for this Bible study that really applies to my life. Am I supposed to just be like, well, guess what, guys? I'm half angel.
Yeah, I am the generational spawn of a fallen angel. What about yourself?
Yeah, that sounds like a good. There's a good pickup line in there somewhere.
Something.
We got to workshop this a little bit because I'm sure
that's going to be the plot of Constantine Part 2.
Hey, you know how I'm pale and pasty?
It's because I'm an angel, baby.
Because I'm half angel. Fallen angel, I think, but still.
I'm pretty sure there's a horrible pickup line that is somewhere along those lines or something because you're an angel missing from heaven or so. I don't God just called because there's an angel missing.
Yeah. Would you like to be my better half of an angel? No.
I'll be the dark half. And okay, really, we need to break this down theologically.
Right. Let's really get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, this pickup line's going to take a while. Just give it time.
Crack open the Book of Enoch, whatever that is.
The Book of Enoch.
That's what all the conspiracy theorists refer to.
No, I know. They all reference some book. Did you know this wasn't normally included in the... Oh, okay, all right, dude. All right.
Like, there's probably a reason it wasn't included, because literally everybody reading it was a freaking conspiracy psycho.
Because the guy that brought it to the assembly meeting, everybody was like, oh, geez, this guy? Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, just let him get to the cookies and just send him on his way. We don't need this crap.
When Constantine asked everybody, okay, compile all the books of the Bible into one volume and like bring some copies of it, there was that one guy probably wearing like a MAGA hat and carrying a rifle. And he was like, guys, wait, you forgot the Book of Enoch. Why didn't you put the Book of Enoch in here? Constantine, are you seeing this? They didn't put the Book of Enoch in here.
We didn't forget anything, Enoch. we read 2 pages and got very scared.
Shut up, Enoch. How did you even get here?
Who the heck invited Enoch?
Who invited Enoch? Oh
no! Yeah. Just sandwich me between 2 Old Testament books. Just do it.
Oh,
frickin' Enoch!
Enoch every time. All right. This next one is this warms my heart. This is just some classic, like, I assume it's boomer Facebookery.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an advertisement on Facebook. Someone just, promoting their small business. And it is design / decorating / floral arrangements.
All right.
So I'm thinking, okay, so what they're advertising is like, okay, by design, they probably mean like, okay, if they're doing like decorating and floral arrangements, maybe they mean like interior design.
You would think so. Usually,
those things, kind of go hand in hand. You're good at like arranging flowers, good at arranging decorations.
Yeah.
Maybe you're good at arranging furniture in a room and throwing shiplap up on a wall or something. But
you said shiplap, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think I said?
I just didn't know how blue we were getting, so I didn't know.
Oh, wow. No, this isn't that kind of club. So
these are the things you assume, and then you're assuming that they'll probably give examples.
Yeah. So it's not it's not the prettiest advertisement they're giving me here, but they're certainly not advertising their abilities in graphic design. They're advertising their abilities in floral arrangements, decorating, and design, which I assume that's interior. So let's read it. Which one can I assist you with? I can design anything printed, decorate your yard. Okay, I can design anything printed. Can you, though? Because I'm looking at this right now. I can design anything printed, decorate your yard and house, create you an amazing flower arrangement. For more information on any of these areas, you can call or text me at blah, blah, blah. I have pictures of projects I have done already. And then there's like some random like photos like scattered in. Mm-hmm. With like that old school, when you were like designing something on a Mac and it adds that like cool little reflection that was like really cool in 2006.
Yeah.
That's what these photos are, is like they've got the rounded corners and then like that Apple-esque like reflection underneath them. But one of them has a drop shadow. So.
Okay.
And then kind of bubble words scattered around. In different sizes. And
it's like a word search, so you can figure out what the heck she's trying to say.
Scattered around these photos, which are also scattered, it says, "This is just a few!" 2 exclamation marks.
This This is just a few.
Now,
That is awesome.
to be fair, she did not advertise her copywriting skills, which
True.
I think we can all say was a good choice, because
she's not advertising her ability to tutor you in grammar or
create
anything like
you
that.
an amazing flower arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna work. But she is advertising her graphic design skills.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, she's not wrong. She says, I can design anything printed.
Yes, she can.
The question isn't whether she can. It's more like one of those, should you? Because should you?
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
You know what? I'm sure there's a market out there. Hopefully you're not paying top dollar. You just want somebody that has access to a computer from 25 years ago, and you don't care what they make.
Well, I've got news for you. You're going to be happy, because there is a market out there for this person.
What?
Yeah, because they include an additional image from their portfolio.
Oh boy!
To demonstrate their skills, and it is some kind of religious film called "Deliver Me, Jesus." Subtitle: Gospel Warfare.
That is awesome.
And then in quotes, "The battle for revival begins." And I don't know how to describe this image. It looks like something my 9-year-old would make.
I honestly think Connor could do a better job.
He actually could, and has.
Yeah.
But it like, we'll just start with the main image is like in a faded, like it looks like it was run through 12 Xerox copy machines from 1973.
That's totally what it looked like, and it looks like the image was stretched just a little vertically.
Right, it was stretched, and then it doesn't quite. I don't even know how to describe all the things that are wrong with this. But
like when you made an imprint on silly putty, like from the newspaper when you were a kid,
like.
And then you just start pulling it. You start pulling the image apart. That's kind of what this is like.
Yeah. And then, like, decorating the sides and bottom are like a bunch of like photos of people, and I'm not sure if they're mug shots or senior portraits or yearbook photos or what,
or shots from the Megan's Law website. Who knows?
But they're in there. They don't have any like description of who these people are. But
not a clue. But we know
apparently
they're pictures of people.
And then along the bottom, it appears to be several photos of people in Halloween costumes. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it is. This is their portfolio. They're like, I am so proud of this. And what amazes me is that this doesn't appear to have been done in like 1989 on a Mac Plus. It was done recently.
Oh no.
And
oh no.
Yeah, I gotta say, I really think you should. I understand there's something to be said for diversifying your business. I do. I understand. But maybe just stick with the decorating and floral arrangements. Don't try to stretch yourself too much.
I tell you one thing, ironically, I kind of want to see this movie.
Me too. Me too.
I really do want to seek out the director that's listed here and see what this is all about. Now, don't get me wrong; it's a no part due to this woman's graphic design skills in the slightest. But just the images of the Halloween-esque type costumes and the fact that I am now completely perplexed as to whether or not the people on the cover are in fact actors in the film. I got to see it now, man. I'm not going to lie. I think that's.
I wonder if there's a trailer for this.
I don't know.
Anywhere.
I'm afraid but excited at the same time.
I'm
we'll
Googling it.
we'll have to do some investigative
I'm
work
not seeing
here.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. I'm going to see if I can track down some kind of trailer or VHS copy of this.
I was going to say they will. That's probably what they have it available in is VHS. I don't think they have the wherewithal to actually make this go digital.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say DVD at best. And I'm just going to assume it's not available in HD anywhere.
I think that's a wise choice.
That's just a guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Well, moving on. So this next one, there is nothing more delightful to me than a white person trying to just broadcast how much they love black people.
Oh, yeah.
In the most pandering way possible. So this is someone named Melinda Byerly.
Hi, Melinda.
And her tweet is this: Black Twitter is funniest Twitter. The most enlightening Twitter. I recommend an observe, like, and share approach because we whites ruin things.
You know what? With her profile picture, I think that laugh that you just gave was very appropriate.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I just imagine that laugh at the end. She didn't put that in there. That was some.
No, I think that fit.
There.
I think that fit well.
That's what I love is when a white liberal overly panders to the black community, and like talks down about, oh, those whites. Oh, we whites. We can't do anything
whites,
right.
We just ruin every darn thing we touch.
We're just such butterfingers with this stuff. You blacks know what you're doing. You blacks are great. Black Twitter is funniest Twitter, the most enlightening Twitter. We whites will just observe, like, and share. Because if we try to get involved, we'll just ruin things.
We're just going to ruin things. We're not the funniest people.
I feel like that's the approach I have with my wife when it comes to chores around the house. I'm like, I'll just let you handle that.
You're so much better at it.
You're so much. If I get involved, I'll just ruin it. You just do your little thing.
You're just going to have to do it again anyways because I didn't do it right in the first time.
Right. And then she expands upon that. She starts going off, and I have to read her next comments in David Attenborough's voice because this is how it comes across to me.
Okay.
She is like this it just comes across so condescending, so unintentionally condescending. Like she is just like some like researcher out in the wild, like
sure.
Like in Twitter, like, just observing
the black community,
out, and it just feels so like I have to read it in
please
David Attenborough's voice. I'll give him my best David Attenborough. I see so much hilarity there. Most of it is unique to their experience of the world. The wordplay, the delivery. It's a gift. Just let it wash over you. There will be things that confuse you. Be at peace with it. You don't have to be the audience for everything. Over time, you see themes emerging. It's then you start to grow. That's what it feels just like. Here you see Black Twitter in its natural habitat.
Next on Nova.
Yeah. I just imagine her in like Twitter. If Twitter was like some kind of virtual reality, she's just like peering behind the tall grass.
Yeah, and with this person's
taking notes.
profile pic, I can see it. I can just see it.
Yeah.
I can see her safari hat on, and
Yeah.
she's just like observing a different culture.
Yeah. Just taking, and it's the hyperbole of this that gets to me.
Yes.
It's like, you could have just been, you could, I mean, it still would have been pandering, but you could have just been like, black people are hilarious on Twitter. Black Twitter is hilarious and so, like, so informative.
Right.
It's still a little weird. It's still a little pandering.
That would still be a little over the top, but not. She went for broke, man.
But to just be like, oh, Black Twitter is funniest Twitter and most enlightening Twitter. I recommend that we white people just observe, like, and share because we whites ruin things.
Dude, that's the reason she followed up with 2 comments on her own post, is because the moment she hit, post, she started second guessing the crap out of what she said. And so she just started extra justification. And she just started spewing. But she's
digging in like let it wash over you. Like it's some, like, it's like some exotic culture. Like, yeah, like,
it's a spiritual experience, Chris.
Yeah. It's like traveling to India and like watching their, whatever that big festival is with the tomatoes or the colored ducks or whatever.
This post just screams admiration. That's
no, the tomatoes are Spain. Right?
Well, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like all the European countries are wacky.
But it's totally like that, just like going to some indigenous village and like holy crap, do you understand what you're saying?
Oh gosh.
It's so freaking messed up. Why can't you why?
Be at peace with it, Chris.
She's right,
according
though.
to her.
She's right. Like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Why didn't you just stick to observe, like, and share? Why did you feel the need to go and be the white who's ruining things? Why couldn't you let those amusing black people on Twitter do their thing? Why do you have to then comment on it and then like, oh, but we whites ruin things, like I'm doing right now by continuing to talk?
Her own commentary.
Oh my gosh.
So fitting.
Oh, it's so ironic. It gives me all the warm fuzzies. I can't even. Oh man. All right. Moving on. This is it's time for our final segment.
That's problematic.
All right, this is the part of the show where we choose a random topic and discuss why it must be problematic. Because, as we know, one of the paramount foundational cornerstones of woke culture is everything is problematic.
There's something wrong with everything.
Yes. And today, as Nate spun the wheel of problematic, we know that this week, beaches are problematic.
It's timely topic.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, yeah, well, it's summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what we like to do whenever we're faced with one of these problematic topics is we like to put it out there to our stunning and brave autonomous zone, which is a Facebook group. We kind of we're an underground Facebook group. We're just kind of like the underground church you have in China or North Korea or whatever. But we're
growing a whole lot slower. But that's all right.
Yeah, we're exactly like that. But except we're on Facebook and there's not really any persecution.
Right. There's really none at all.
There's a lot less imprisonment anyways. I don't know. There's a few people on the group who I guess have been to what they call Facebook jail or whatever. But
oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
I am amazed, actually, that I have not been put in Facebook jail because...
Dude, it's a miracle. It is strictly by God's hand that you have not been banned from
it has not
several platforms
at all. And I have tons of friends, and I'm like, who I have tons of friends who have been.
No, you know what it is?
Facebook jail.
I bet you anything it's because of all
things.
these wacko groups that you have joined as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you anything they're just like, well, this guy is obviously on the level. I mean, look at all these groups that he's
look at all these lefty groups he's in. Yeah,
exactly. He's definitely not joining all these groups to get a laugh. He's not joining them to ridicule. He must be one of these leftist people.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what it is.
Sure.
That's I don't know. It is crazy because like we have someone in the group who has been permanently banned from creating new groups, I think.
Whoa, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. He's been banned. I think that was his like permanent restriction was all he was doing was posting, I think it was posting something about, it was some conspiracy theory so that he could like deconstruct it and like talk about how it doesn't make sense.
Wow, and that was not acceptable.
But somehow like that conspiracy theory was deemed offensive, and even though he was on the same page as Facebook, they didn't like that he was even talking about it.
Oh gosh.
And so now he can't even create new groups on Facebook. It's like that kind of crazy stuff.
How does somebody like that get banned from creating groups and you don't?
How do I have like multiple groups and like
I don't get it.
And I don't get it at all. I've never been to Facebook jail, and like I know so many people who have for.
Dude, now that you've called it out,
yeah,
watch.
I just jinxed myself. Although a number of the people I know who have been to Facebook jail, it tends to be like they'll go for personal attacks, which I don't do that.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
It's much more funny it's much more interesting to attack someone's argument than it is to attack them personally.
They themselves. Oh,
yeah. Yes. Unless it's something like
how considerate of you.
Like they're, do your two eyebrows like each other so much they just formed one giant eyebrow or something? I don't say things like that. That's the kind of
Facebook
thing
jail
I'm holding inside.
Facebook jail.
But anyway, so we put it out there to our Facebook underground church. Ooh, maybe we should change the name to that. But right now it's called the Stunning and Brave Autonomous Zone, and it's where our underground community. It's where the resistance is at, and
it's where it lay.
And so we like to it's our think tank for these kinds of things. I like to put it out there. So we put it out there. What's problematic about beaches? And Esther went right in for the pun and said they're really rude and mean. Oh, beaches? Nothing. There you go. There's that joke.
There's that we kicked things off with.
All right.
So not bad.
You want to take the next one?
Yeah, Chris, that's not you, said, don't get started about sand and where it winds up. Can you say sexual assault?
Ooh, yeah. Can you sue sand? Because if so, like, could you sue? Maybe you could sue like the property owner for a beach or something for a sexual.
You know what? I'm sure somebody has tried.
I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
Your sand got way too familiar with me.
When I was getting way too... No, never mind.
My colonoscopy had to be delayed. Thanks a lot.
Oh gosh. What are you doing on the sand?
So I made a really skinny sandcastle, and then I sat down.
I like to imitate my dog where he drags his butt across the family room carpet, okay? I did it on the beach, and I regret every second.
Don't you judge me.
Don't you?
Joseph says, if you live near one and are white, that's white privilege.
Mm.
And he says, which I'm working on, and I'm sorry, I should have been more considerate before living in Florida.
That's true.
That's true.
You should really,
yes.
Think about where you're living, man.
All right, you want to take one?
Yeah, Josh says it's a bad swear word no one talks about, demeaning to women. Josh is going for the pun as well.
Yes.
Bring him on.
There is that joke. Megan's. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, we have to make that joke.
Of course.
But I also obviously have to make fun of the people who make that joke. It's all part of the circle of mockery. Megan says, what's problematic about the beach? Sun and skin, and all the burning that happens to my skin because of the sun.
And she would know because she is a redhead. So
yes, she has the Irish roots, right?
That's right. They hate the beach.
Yes, yeah. Robert says, I hate sand. It's rough and coarse. It gets everywhere.
Nice.
And then Joseph says, it's all Obi-Wan's fault. And Robert says, he's holding me back.
He's holding me back. You know, you actually delivered that better than Hayden Christensen just then, so you should be proud of yourself.
That's setting the bar real low.
That's true.
That's true. I was just telling a friend about the I've shown you that old Star Wars movie I was in. And
yes.
I was in a Star Wars fan film, everyone, so there you have it. That's my dirty secret. If you're looking for dirt on me, there it is.
Nobody who is listening to this podcast right now is the least bit surprised by that.
So I actually starred in a Star Wars fan film that was almost 30 minutes long. And my acting might actually have been worse than Hayden Christensen.
I don't know, man. Don't insult yourself like that. That's pretty low.
Well, my hair really stole the show in that one anyway.
That's true. Man, just the mane you cannot tame.
Took on a life of its own. Really, that was where the main character growth was. All happened in my hair.
Todd getting real, saying the problem with beaches is that they seem to attract humans to them.
Oh, that's true. That is one of the very worst things about beaches.
Especially if you accidentally happen upon a nude one. So
yes. It's not as glamorous as the 12-year-old imagines it.
That's right. It's not as glamorous as those 80s spring break movies would lead you to believe.
No, it turns out nude beaches are mainly 60-year-old men high on LSD. With their fanny pack barely covering their nuggets.
Is that an old man in his 60s or a beached sea lion? Who knows?
Who knows? What's problematic about beaches? John says, I've never seen that movie. Don't know.
I like it, John. I was cracking up.
Is that an actual movie?
Yes, it's a freaking... All right. Okay. You're just too young. All right.
Oh, is it like that really old movie called The Empire Strikes Back? Sorry.
Oh, my gosh. CJ says, beaches be crazy. I gotta admit, the puns are getting better as we go along this thread.
We're getting there. We're improving. That's what matters. Bailey says, too many ladies showing ankle at beaches. It's icky.
Oh,
it's
Bailey.
Not,
I don't know when the last time Bailey went to a beach, but it sounds
1910,
like
1910. Yeah,
little. This woman is exposing her ankle.
I got to give a quick shout out to Bailey. She's awesome, and she recently started her own podcast called The Bailey Connell Show. I got to be on her first official episode, and we had
so it's canceled?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. How could you ever follow the perfect episode? Really? So.
Oh goodness gracious.
Yeah. No, new episode coming out next month, I think. So. Awesome.
Jeremy said another shout out to same shout out to Star Wars. Sand, it's coarse and it gets into everything. And then he graciously acknowledged that somebody had already said that. But you know what? That's okay because it never gets old. He said, "Have you never seen Jaws?" And that is an excellent point because that has terrified many a person about the beach.
Yeah, but at least the good thing about those robot sharks is they tend to break down more than they tend to bite. So, Logan says beaches are a breeding ground for the fat phobic. Not to mention, the sand is fat-phobic because it's harder to walk in if you weigh more, and the sun is fat-phobic because there's more surface area to burn. The whole thing is just rude. We need to cancel beaches immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph adds, agreed, all land should only connect to other land and not water.
Ooh, somebody get on it.
Yep.
I think we've got a good case.
Let's do it. I think action needs to be taken.
Cancel beaches.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I feel like beaches aren't that problematic because if you think about it, who has the worst time at a beach? It's the whitest people. On a sunny day,
yeah,
it's the whitest people who are coming back burned by the beach.
So you're saying the spawn of fallen angels has the toughest time.
I think so. I think sunny beaches. It's nature's way of like retaliating against white supremacy and white people's history of crimes against other races.
Sure, why not? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, 'cause white people are the only ones who ever did anything bad. So
that's right.
It's, nature is retaliating against them. Just suck it up. If you get sunburned, it's just part of your penance for your ancestors' crimes. All right, and
nothing you can do anything about,
and for your current privilege. So there you go. All right. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure being with you this episode. And just a heads up, we're probably going to do another episode or so, but then we're going to take a little summer break, I think, because Nate needs to work on his summer tan, right?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of surface area, so it's it takes a while.
Yeah,
it takes a while. Yeah,
exactly. And you gotta get in there in kind of small spurts because people start complaining when you take up all their sun by sitting within
right.
20
yeah, no, I can't really be around people because I soak up all the sun. Yeah,
it's rough. It's a rough life. Oh man! All right. Well, thank you so much. We will catch you next time. And Nate would just like to say that he loves you.
I do. More than you will ever want me to love you.
So, all right, bye.
Bye.
If you're not telling everyone about this show, you're probably a potophobe and a Nazi. Don't be a potophobe. Tell your friends and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you subscribe.